What's up, my guys? And welcome back to this god-awful show. I'm that dumb sumbitch Cody that you would call a host. And I tell you what, in 2023, the only submarines we going towards are them sandwiches. Yes, sir, I'm talking about that number 9 Club Supreme from Jersey Mike's. Let me get it Mike's way, but hold the tomatoes, my guy. But hey, enough about all that. Let's talk some damn wrestling. Now, what we do here on the show, the Wrasslin Report Card. The Wrasslin Report Card is I take a wrestling show. I break down every match. I give them each a letter grade, and at the end, I tally them some bitches up, and I give that show its own report card. And today, we're going to take a look at both Monday Night Raw and Smackdown, break them some bitches down, and give them their own grades. And as you can tell, with Money in the Bank coming up next week, we got a lot going on. On Monday Night Raw, we got the return of Logan Paul. And he comes face to face with many superstars, including L.A. Knight. Yeah. Plus, over on Smackdown, myself, as well as 3 million other viewers, yes, you heard that right, are going to tune in to the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, and see what happens with the rest of this whole Bloodline saga leading up into that Civil War tag team match, as you got the Usos are going to go head-to-head with their own brother Solo Sikoa as he teams up with Roman Reigns. Rikishi, where you at, my guy? So as y'all can tell, we got a lot to talk about. So without further ado, go on and buckle up, because it's going to be a bumpy ride, and let's get to grading, my guy. And first up, we got Monday Night Raw as we make a quick stop in Cleveland, OH. Man, I'm from Oklahoma. I don't do that shit. But yeah, we kicked this sumbitch off with Finn Balor laying out an all-out assault on the World Heavyweight Champ, Seth freaking Rollins. I mean, that sumbitch was hitting a coup de grace from anywhere. After he hit one from the table, he started running around the ring, and then came and launched off the stairs, hitting another nasty one. And I tell you what, that had me cracking up. Then we come back to break, and Finn Balor was still whooping that ass. I mean, I don't blame him. He's been waiting 7 years in Azkaban to come whoop that ass. So I can't wait till next Saturday when those two square off for that World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank. And that's how you kick off a show right there. I miss those pull-apart brawls. I'm glad that Triple H brought them back. I'm gonna slap a B+ on that sumbitch. Then we gotta keep moving, because remember, Seth Rollins had issued an open challenge previously tonight, so The Miz came out to answer that. But obviously, Seth's still getting his ass whooped by Finn backstage. Then next thing you know, after months and months off, Tommaso Ciampa returns. And remember, he was working with The Miz before his injury, so he walked down to see his old pal, and before you know it, Ciampa was stomping a mud hole in old Mike's ass. I tell you what, they finally got the bell ring, and we get this sumbitch underway. The Miz continues his stretch of phenomenal bangers in 2023, which is more impressive than Bryan Danielson's catalog at this point. I mean, let's be honest, but at the end of the day, Tommaso Ciampa hit the fairy tale ending, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. He picks up the 1-2-3 in his big return, and honestly, yeah, this probably would have been the time to bring out Johnny Gargano, especially in Cleveland. I know a lot of people are mad, but hey, it's not the end-all be-all, okay? I'm gonna slap a B on that sumbitch. Then we're gonna keep moving over, because we got the Judgment Day coming out to the ring, and I tell you what, old Finny B is on one tonight. And I gotta ask one question: why in the Sam hell would you have Dominic Mysterio, of all people, making any announcement, let alone the one about the main event tonight? So yeah, coming from insider Dom himself, in the main event, there will be a 6-man tag match as the Judgment Day will take on Cody Rhodes and 2 partners of his choosing. And I don't think anybody's mad about that right there. That was a good segment. I'm going to slap a B- on that sumbitch. Now, let's get back to some action. We're going to jump over to the women's division, as in their second match on Monday Night Raw, Chance and Carter hit the after party on to Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. I really like them. We'll have to keep our eye on them moving forward. I'm going to slap a C+ on that sumbitch. Now, we're going to go over to the men's tag team division, as you got my guy, my dog, Sheldon Benjamins, teaming up with Cedric Alexander, and they're going up against Indus Sher, led by Jinder Mahal. And my guy Shelby B is still out here hitting pay dirt on these sumbitches, but at the end of the day, all he ate was dirt, as Indus Sher came out and whooped the dog shit out of them, and they ended up getting the 1-2-3. And I'm gonna say it, I need the Hurt Business back. We all need the Hurt Business back. MVP, make something happen, my guy. But yeah, for that match right there, I'm going to slap a C- on that sumbitch. Then, go on and get ready, because as promised, Logan Paul makes his return to Monday Night Raw, and to nobody's surprise, with no qualifying match or nothing, might I add, he announces that he will be added into the Money in the Bank ladder match next Saturday. And I tell you what, you could be mad or not, but that is going to be lit. Then, next thing you know, you got Ricochet interrupted, followed out by Shinsuke, and then next, you got the superstar, L.A. Knight. Yeah, and if you don't get the contract to this guy, I mean, what are we doing? Like, what the hell are we doing here? He came out, completely obliterated Shinsuke, Ricochet, and Logan Paul. He told that dude that he makes videos for 14-year-old girls and calls himself a superstar. Sheesh, somebody get that man some diapers. Anyways, you know how wrestling works. The rest of the participants in the match, except for Damian Priest, all showed up. They all were talking, and then you got Butch being the last one, and that crazy sumbitch walked in and just started an all-out brawl. However, when it was all said and done tonight, you had Logan Paul standing tall atop the ladder with that damn briefcase in hand. Now, will that be foreshadowing for next weekend? Hell no, because if LA Knight don't win it, I tell you what, I'm strictly watching NWA moving forward. But hey, I gotta be honest, that was a great segment right there. I'm gonna slap a B+ on that sumbitch. Now, let's get back to some action as you got Matt Riddle taking on Ludwig Kaiser. And even with Gunther standing ringside, Kaiser didn't have enough tonight as Riddle hit that sumbitch with the bro Derek, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. But after the match, Gunther came in and said, we get ours back in blood, because he got his revenge for his boy Vinci by trying to now break Riddle's leg. And I tell you what, I can't wait till those two meet in the ring. But for that match we just saw, I'm going to slap a B+ on that sumbitch. Then we go over, you got the Alpha Academy taking on the Viking Raiders. I thank you. Now, Chad Gable has everybody and they mama out here hitting suplexes. I tell you what, but when Maxine hit hers onto that creepy girl with no shoes, her and Otis were busy celebrating. But back in the ring, Eric took advantage of a distracted Gable and got the 1, 2, 3, and again, if Chad Gable loses one more time, I also will be watching NWA strictly moving forward, so go Tyrus. Anyways, that was a great match, I ain't gonna lie, but Eric has no business beating Chad Gable right now. I think that was the second week in a row. Like, what in the hell are we doing? So I'm gonna slap a B- on that sumbitch. Then we're gonna move over, because after we watch Rhea absolutely murder Natalya again, like, when is she gonna learn? Hopefully we're moving on from that feud. We go backstage, and you got Raquel, who's back there running her mouth about the champ. So Rhea went over, got in her face, and hell yeah, brother, that's what I'm talking about. Give me two big sweaty chicks in there slapping meat, damn it. And yeah, that was tight. With all things being said, I hope we do move on from this Natalya feud into something more legit for Rhea. I'm going to slap a C+ on that sumbitch. Then we go straight into Raquel taking on Trish Stratus in the last Money in the Bank qualifier match on Raw. And I tell you what, Raquel was just out here ragdolling Trish until Zoe Starr got involved. Shocker there. Then you got the man Becky Lynch running out to even the odds, but she ended up accidentally hitting Trish, which ended in the match with a DQ. And your winner and newest Money in the Bank qualifier is Trish Stratus. And I gotta say, I don't think Raquel looked too happy about that. So maybe sometime down the line, we'll get Becky Lynch taking on Raquel. You know that's gonna be lit. Plus, you know we ain't gonna ignore that Rhea Ripley and Raquel stare down. Yeah, the women's division looks like it's gonna be going places moving forward. So I'm gonna slap a B on that sumbitch. Then we got Bronson Reed taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, and you know the rules. If either Ricochet or Shinsuke wrestles Bronson Reed in 2023, the other one, by law, has to sit ringside for the match. And let's be honest, I'm going to get straight down to it. Bronson Reed ends up hitting the tsunami, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. And I tell you what, Bronson Reed has to be the most hated man in Japan at this point. I mean, first Okada, now Shinsuke. Is this the new Undertaker streak? Bronson Reed beating Japanese wrestlers? Hell, it might be. For that right there, I'm going to slap a B- on that sumbitch. I'm going to be honest, it has been getting repetitive. Hopefully, after Money in the Bank, we reset and do something different moving forward. But hey, that's enough of the talk, because it's time for the main event. You got Cody Rhodes choosing his partners of, big shocker here, KO and Sammy, taking on the Judgment Day. And I'm going to be honest, It's kind of like I said with the Bronson Reed, Shinsuke, Ricochet scenario. Cody Rhodes, KO, and Sammy. I'm tired of watching them team up. I thought Cody Rhodes was going to pick some other partners. I was going to be happy about that, but this, I mean, it was a good match, don't get me wrong, but why in the hell do we have Damian Priest losing just a week out of Money in the Bank when he's honestly one of the only few guys that we can actually see winning that sumbitch? Like, Cody Rhodes didn't need that win. If you're going to give him the win, have him get it over Dominic. Honestly, I think the Judgment Day could have used that win more, but that's just my opinion. So for the main event, I'm going to slap a B on that sumbitch. But hey, that's enough of the talk, because you know what part of the show we've gotten to. We got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at the report card, my guy. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B minus. That's right, in 83%. Now, there wasn't really nothing wrong with the episode, but I do feel like that was just a lot going on in one night. But hey, we gotta stop right there and switch gears, because up next, we going over to the old Cajun Dome. That's right, down there in Louisiana for Friday Night Smackdown, and we're kicking this sumbitch off with the Usos, and they come out to address Solo Sikoa and our Tribal Chief Roman Reigns ahead of the Civil War Tag Team match taking place next Saturday at Money in the Bank over in London. And I also want to give a special shout out to our Tribal Chief, because today Roman's title reign extends to 1,027 days, which ties him at 5th overall with Pedro for the longest title reign of all time. And like him or not, you gotta admit, my guy's out here doing stuff that ain't never been done. And also, while we're on that, why are the Usos still putting the ones up? Ain't no ones around here, okay? It's the Tribal Chief, damn it. So for that opening segment, I'm gonna slap a B minus on that sumbitch. But now, let's get into some action, because up next, you got the Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio, going up against my guy, L.A. Knight. Yeah, and LA Knight carried in that momentum he had from Monday Night Raw over, and I tell you what, even cheap-shotting Rey Mysterio couldn't get this guy booed out here. Now, Rey is a Hall of Famer, like I said, so he got his offense in, but at the end of the day, LA Knight, yeah, hit the blunt force trauma, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. Now, one weird thing was after the match, LA Knight went over and tried ripping off Rey Mysterio's mask, and let's just stop it. Alright, Triple H, he's not gonna get booed. You could have this man bully Eugene and he would still get cheered out there. I tell you what. Okay, maybe that was a little far, but I'm being real. Let's stop trying to make this guy heel, and let's just push him to the moon after he wins this Money in the Bank next Saturday, because he better win this Money in the Bank next Saturday, my guy, or else, I don't know, probably nothing will happen. Anyways, I'm gonna slap a B plus on that sumbitch. Then we go backstage. We see Solo Sikoa arrive, and for some reason, Ridge the Fridge thought it was smart to go ahead and try to talk some shit to him. So Solo hit that sumbitch with the Umaga Spike. Then Sheamus's crazy ass came out to the ramp and said, Solo, you looking for a fight? I'll give you a bleeding fight. So in the main event tonight, it will be Sheamus taking on Solo Sikoa. And if you mad about that, I don't know what to tell you, my guy. But now, let's jump over to the women's division, because up next, we got the Tag Team Unification match with Raquel sitting ringside for some reason, as you got Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler going up against those creepy-ass white girls. That's right, I'm talking Dawn and Fire. And are we starting to see some dissension between Ronda and Shayna? Well, if there was, it wasn't enough, because at the end of the day, Shayna Baszler put one of them Emily Rose looking white girls in the clutch. Ronda put the other one in the armbar, and that was all she wrote for that. But after the match, Ronda looked over and asked Raquel, where are you going? Better yet, why are you even here? And I gotta say, that was a pretty valid question, because I was thinking the same thing. But Raquel had a reason. She said, I'm here because we, and no, I'm not speaking French now, never lost our tag team titles. And next thing you know, Liv Morgan's music hit. She's making her way down, and I am here for this, my guy. I cannot wait to see them get their tag team titles back, or let Ronda and Shayna keep winning. They getting booed. Hey, getting booed's better than no reaction. That's all I'm saying. But for that match and everything that followed, I'ma slap a B on that sumbitch. Then next, we got the disaster from down under. That's right. We got the Grayson Waller effect, and his guests tonight are pretty deadly. And I gotta say, man, it got off to a rocky start, and never really got better. They got some well-deserved shut-up chants from the crowd, and thank God the Street Profits came out, and I'm just gonna be honest, I'm gonna slap a D on that sumbitch. They just ain't been hitting on the mic. That crowd honestly couldn't have seemed any less interested. And yeah, if I was showing a friend that never watched wrestling, you know, trying to get him to watch wrestling, I would have skipped over this segment. That's all I'm saying. But this transitions smoothly over into the Street Profits taking on Pretty Deadly in a tag team match. And I tell you what, Montez Ford wanted all the smoke tonight, but for some reason, due to a roll-up and assist from the ropes, we got the Street Profits jobbing to Pretty Deadly. I just don't get that. I honestly don't agree with that decision at all. I'ma slap a C+ on that sumbitch. The match was great, but why we got the Street Profits losing 2 weeks in a row? We better be doing something with them. Well, now let's jump back over to the women's division, because up next, you got Charlotte Flair taking on Lacey Evans. Oh, where's old Rick at, damn it? Y'all remember that last feud they had? Woo, that was crazy. Well, tonight, it was a different story, because after about 5 minutes, Charlotte loaded up the figure 8, and ain't nobody getting out of that, my guy. Charlotte picks up the 1, 2, 3, but after the match, here comes Asuka, and ain't nobody ready for Asuka. She lays Charlotte Flair out, and they gonna have to see what's good next Saturday at Money in the Bank when they go at it. So for that match and the segment right there, I'ma slap a B- on that sumbitch. But hey, that's enough of the talk, because it's time for the main event. You got Solo Sikoa going one-on-one with Sheamus. And what did y'all expect? This was a downright bloody brawl. These two were beating the bloody hell out of each other. And then they go outside of the ring after just absolute carnage was going on. And Solo Sikoa just demolished that sumbitch through a barricade. The ref immediately went over and called the match. I know people are mad about that, but I'm not mad if you don't do it too often, because yeah, that did look pretty nasty. And then you got all the security coming down. Shout out Jason Jordan. And Solo just starts giving all them the thumb, the Umaga spike. That sounds a lot cooler. My bad right there. And then the Usos music hit. They come down, and for the second week in a row, they super kick the own brother. They lucky Roman ain't there. And I'm just gonna say it. This Saturday, when Roman Reigns comes out and whoops that ass because of all that shit y'all been talking, I don't want to hear none of that crying, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about that. But for that match right there, it was a banger. Those two were out there throwing down, and Sheamus, like The Miz, has been on a run in this last year. I tell you what, I'ma slap an A- on that sumbitch, but you know what part of the show we've gotten to? We got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at the report card, my guy. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B-. That's right, at 81%. And yeah, not the best week of WWE, but hey, we're progressing storylines, and let's see where we're going after the Money in the Bank. My only question, where the hell is Austin Theory? My guy's on vacation right now, okay? Well, hey, I want to thank all 12 of y'all for tuning in. Like I said, my name's Cody. If you haven't already, please like, comment, man. You could even subscribe to the channel. That would be dope. Also, you know, I want to give a shout out to my guy, OG Bobby Knifehawk on the beat. That's my guy right there. Other than that, I hope all you BEA beautiful folks stay safe out there and have a nice day.